What is up, guys? Rick Hackis here, and this is MLG Pro featuring the Ace-21 CQB Carbine. So I have gone over a lot of obscure guns and also new guns added with DLC in my first look videos and my guide videos. MLG Pro is a series going over the community favorite guns, the guns that everyone loves and everyone uses, and kind of discussing why they're so good, and also, you know, some tips for these weapons, and also maybe some alternatives to these weapons. So, the Ace-21 CQB. Russian Badger described it as the MLG spray cannon, and I would have to agree with them. The spray cannon comes from the 770 rounds per minute bullet fire rate. Now, the fire rate being this high, you know, it's not as high as something like the MTAR, which has 900, or the ACW-R, which has 880, but 770 is more than enough to deal with enemies even up to close range. Now, this decently high bullet velocity coupled with average damage, you know, has the same damage as pretty much every other carbine, also compared with a higher magazine than normal. It has 36 rounds in a magazine, where most other have 31 or less, and compared with a pretty decent recoil spread. The recoil, I wouldn't describe it as low, but it certainly isn't high. It's low to medium, I would say. It's definitely controllable. Yes, obviously you're not going to be able to go fully automatic at long range, like it's not an AKU-12, but also it is very, you can totally deal with the recoil of this gun. It's not out of this world. Now, all these things combined make for an extremely potent gun. This gun is very, very good at taking down guys at medium range. Now, the one downside of this gun is that its bullet velocity is only 410 meters per second. Now, the only thing that's lower than it is the Ace-52 CQB at 400 meters per second, and that's shooting an extremely powerful, way more damaging round. So the Ace-21 is definitely not the best at extreme long ranges. Now, bullet velocity, though, really doesn't come into play. The thing where if you're noticing bullet velocity, you're on goal mode railway and you're trying to shoot a guy that you can barely see and he's running across a field, and you're trying to shoot him and the bullets are going behind him. Now, you will notice this with this gun. You aren't able to tap fire. On some of the extreme long-range maps, I would definitely prefer the AK-5C. If I was on Gold Mode Railway or some of the extremely large China Rising maps on Conquest, I would definitely run the AK-5C over the Ace-21 CQB, simply because the AK-5C's massive bullet velocity of 630, which is better than the Intervention Sniper Rifle, means that I'm going to be able to deal with guys at long range much more easily. Now, although those are a few specific scenarios when I wouldn't use the Ace-21, there's certainly more maps and more game types that encompass medium range gunfights where the Ace-21 would be superior. The Ace-21 is an excellent gun. It shines in pretty much everything except for bullet velocity. That's essentially its only flaw, and that flaw is not even that big of a deal. So the Ace-21 CQB, definitely one of the most potent guns in the game. An alternative to this, if the Ace-21, again, if you are more in tune to long range, I think the AK-5C is better on long range gunfights than the Ace-21. And I like the AK-5C's recoil a little bit better, because it just has more even recoil. I don't know what it is about the AK-5C, but I find its recoil just so easy to control. Where the Ace-21 CQB, maybe it's just that little bit higher bullet velocity, rounds per minute, but it sometimes gets a little bit wonky with its recoil. But other than that, again, extremely solid gun. I urge you guys to try it. It is very, very good with the Recon class, because the Recon class, you can get right in the fray with everybody else. The Ace-21 can compete with assault rifles, and you're able to, you know, get behind enemy lines, plant spawn beacons, which can change entire games, and also C4 the shit out of everything. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and as always, have a good day.